Hi, I'm Cenk Uygur, host and founder of the Young Turks, and also the CEO of the largest news network on YouTube, the TYT Network. Today, we're going to talk about strategies for going live on YouTube. The reason we live stream on YouTube is because we want that direct connection to the audience. Honestly, on-demand audience is far, far larger than a live stream audience. But when you're live streaming and you get tweets, you get emails in the middle of the show, that way you actually talk to your audience. They talk back to you, they ask you questions, and we answer that in the middle of the live stream. It feels immediate, and we do news, so it's important to feel immediate, and it's important that we're that deeply connected to the audience. That's the advantage of being online as opposed to being on TV. So we do a lot of live streaming, including our main show every day, 6 to 8 p.m. We stream that on our main YouTube channel. But we also do big events. So we did play-by-play coverage of the State of the Union. We did watching parties for the Super Bowl and the Oscars. And what we're excited about is in the new season of Game of Thrones, immediately after the show is over, we're going to live stream our review of it. And we're super excited about that. The heart and soul of the Young Turks business model is trial and error. The kids these days call it A/B testing, but we've been doing it a long time. And one thing we found out is that the most popular thing we had on the entire network, even more popular than the main show, was reviews for Game of Thrones on our What the Flick channel. That's our movie and TV review channel. And we noticed that, of course, others were doing live reviews of things like Breaking Bad. Afterwards, they would do Talking Bad. So we put two and two together and came up with the idea of doing a live review right after the show of Game of Thrones for that, because we think that our audience already loves live, already loves the Game of Thrones reviews. You put those two things together, and I think it's going to be explosive. Plus, dragons. So if you're thinking of setting up YouTube Live for the first time, I've got a couple pieces of advice for you. First of all, buckle up, okay? Don't expect that you're going to have 1 million people watching overnight. It's a slow process. We've actually been live streaming for the entire existence of the Young Turks, and that goes all the way back to 2005. So it's 9 years now. So it takes a long time to build up an audience, but it's well worth it because it's a great connection to your audience, and you feel that your programming is immediate, and it feels urgent, it feels hot. So I totally recommend it, but don't have wild expectations out of the gates. Plus, remember that you could use your live stream and edit it later in post-production and get a lot of on-demand clips from it. So it's a win-win for everybody. The reason we choose live over Hangouts on air is because Hangouts can be difficult. I worked in radio a long time, and so I know that sometimes callers are great, and sometimes they're not so terrific for programming reasons. You just got to keep it real. So if you pre-produce it and you have people that you know are going to be great on air, no problem. You can interview them, you could have them on Hangouts, etc. But when we go live without the Hangouts, it gives us an ability to control our programming better, so we know exactly what's on the docket, we know what we want to deliver to the audience, because the most important thing is who's watching. So you'll get distracted by thinking, I have to please or cater to the person that I'm talking to in the Hangout. But they're a small, small fraction of the audience you're actually trying to appeal to, which are the people watching at home. Make sure you entertain them first. There's a lot of different ways to gauge the success of your live stream. Now you look at metrics like how many people are watching at any one time, how many people watched over the whole course of the live stream, how many tweets you got, how interactive was it, etc. To me, it's really a connection of all of those things, and don't get too obsessed by any one number and try to pump that up. The point is, are you setting up a viable relationship with your audience? Are they enjoying their live stream? Are they coming back about it? Are they buzzing about it? Are they telling their friends about it? Because that's how you're going to grow it. When we're doing a live stream, we're obviously doing two main things. One is the show itself, and we're giving you the news of the day because we're a news network, right? But the second thing we're doing is interacting with our audience. And then probably the main way that we do that is hashtag TYT Live. And so every day, everybody knows that if you're going to communicate with us on our regular show, 6 to 8 Eastern, that you put in hashtag TYT Live, and you know that that's going to come to me, and that I'm going to read it during the breaks. And oftentimes when I come back from the break, I'll say, hey, John from Nebraska made a really good point. Take a look at this. Or somebody will say a joke, well, I'll say it, and everybody in the studio will laugh. That feels awesome for the person watching at home. I just made a joke on air that they loved. Doesn't get any more interactive than that. Hope you found this informative. If you want to find out more about this, click the annotation on the screen. Or if you want to watch more Young Turks, which you definitely should, click the other annotation. Both are awesome, both are lovely, and we've got links in the description box as well.